Hi, and welcome back to part 3. Last time we saw the spreadsheet with the completed file. Then you saw the finished box lid with the project board set atop. Following that, I introduced you to linking the spreadsheet to your drawing. Then we created 2 rudimentary blocks which will become our box top and our box bottom. Today, we're going to add more details to this drawing on our way to the finished enclosure. So, if you're ready, let's dive in. Here we're back at part 2 where we left off. To begin, I'm going to stretch the sheet just a bit. To begin, let's take a look at cell E1, which is the pad width bottom formula. The formula goes as follows. Pad bottom equals width minus wall thickness minus clearance plus bias. Notice the formula uses the aliases I've created. I use these aliases to keep you from losing your mind while developing these formulas. I'm not going to discuss the bias variable at this time, and in fact it's set to 0 for now. Bias is something you'll need to set if you desire to set the wall thickness to something other than an even multiple of your nozzle size. By the way, I don't recommend doing this. Width pad height is nearly identical to the last formula. Height pad bottom equals height minus wall thickness minus clearance plus bias. What these two formulas do is set the size of the inside lip of the box bottom. The height of this lip is simply the wall thickness, while the lip thickness is 1/2 the wall thickness minus clearance. Clearance is needed to cope with the realities of real-world printers. For the moment, we'll switch to the drawing full and select the Part Design Workbench. We'll double-click on body 001 in our model tree and click on the top of the box bottom. Next, we'll create a datum plane on the box top. In the combo view, we'll click OK. Now it's time to mount a sketch on our new datum plane. In the model tree, click on the datum plane. This will highlight the datum plane in our drawing. Next, click on the sketch icon on the toolbar, which will mount a new sketch and switch us to a top view. To simplify our drawing, we'll again click on the datum plane in our model tree and select Visibility False in the View tab. Since we've been switched to the Sketcher workbench, we'll select the rectangle tool. And draw a rectangle. As before, we'll now use the Symmetry tool to center the rectangle on our local axis. Again, as before, it's time to dimension our rectangle using the parameters from our spreadsheet. While we wait for this to complete, I do want to take time to thank all of my channel's new subscribers. I really do appreciate all the likes I've received, but subscribing is the thing that moves me forward toward YouTube funding. Also, it's important after subscribing to hit the notification bell as well. If you don't, you won't be notified when the next part of this series is released. So if you haven't already, please take time to hit that subscribe and notification. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Now that we've parameterized our sketch dimensions, it's time to close the sketch and extrude it. Next, we'll press the icon to select the height. As you can see, the height of our lip was set to the wall thickness. Press the OK button to choose the Extrude menu and return to our model tree. We'll now switch to the box top model tree and double-click the body label. Then we'll create a data plane and sketch on our box top. We'll now select the Windows label from the very top toolbar and select Tile. Next, we'll select Spreadsheet from our model tree and select the Width First Notch Top and Height First Notch Top. As you can see, the formulas for these dimensions are Width First Notch Top equals width minus wall thickness plus clearance plus bias. Height first notch top equals height minus wall thickness plus clearance plus bias. Getting back to our drawing, we'll now create the parametric rectangle for these parameters. Again, I'd like to take this opportunity to suggest you hit the subscribe and notification buttons in the lower right of the screen. Once I get YouTube funding, the quality and frequency of my videos will significantly increase. So if you enjoy and find these videos useful, then please hit subscribe and notify. Again, we'll close the sketch and switch to our model tree. This time, however, instead of padding the sketch, we'll notch it. Again, for the sake of clarity, we'll hide the visibility of the datum plane. Next, we'll select Notch and set the depth equal to the wall thickness. At this point, you'll now notice we've created a notch in our box top to complement our box bottom. Our box is now beginning to take shape. The next step is to place a deep notch in the box top and bottom. This is where our projects will ultimately reside.